Hello.
It's like, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us again. My name is Dr. G and I'm with High Touch High Tech of Maine. And I think something else is going to join us in a second. Oh, that's a hint about what we're going to do today. So today, well, I'm sorry I didn't introduce my partner for the day.
I am Lightning Liam.
This is Lightning Liam, staying safe at home with us. And today we are going to talk about the moon. So why is Earth here? Good question. Why do you think I brought the globe to talk about the moon? Any idea? Yeah.
Because the moon rotates around Earth.
Very good.
It would be like we could use an example or something.
Yeah, the moon orbits or rotates, Cecilia, I said, around the Earth, right? Orbits.
I'm not Eli.
Liam. Orbits around the Earth, right? How often does it complete a full circle? Do you know? Any idea?
300.
No. The moon around the Earth, not us around the sun.
Oh.
The moon around the Earth.
I don't know.
Any idea? Out there?
Let's see.
Any guess? Every month, right? Approximately a month, and specifically 27.3 days, okay? So every 27.3 days, the moon is completing a full circle around the Earth. Now, let's imagine that Liam's moon. Stand up, moon, please. And let's imagine that Liam is the moon rotating around the Earth. Now, did you notice we only see this side of him? If we are here, right, let's find us. We are here in Maine, right? And we all the time see that half of the moon, what is called the near side, right? And does it look all the time the same? No. Sometimes the moon looks like a little banana shape, right? We see just a sliver of light. Sometimes it's a full moon, like tonight, we'll come back to it. And sometimes it's a half moon. So how does that all happen? And where is the light coming from? Any idea?
The light comes from the sun.
So the light, very good, Liam, is actually coming from the sun. And remember, I was Earth and Liam was the moon and he was rotating around the Earth. But we all are actually rotating very slowly around the sun. So the sunlight is reflecting, and that's what we actually see when we see full moon, half moon, banana-shaped moon. So this is how the sun is located relatively to the moon and the Earth. And that's what determines when we see a full moon, half moon, or other shapes of the moon or other lit fractions of the moon. So now that we know that, maybe you are wondering why we are talking about it today. So tonight is a full moon on Thursday, May 7th, and this full moon is called, any idea? Do you know that each full moon has a name? Full flower moon. So this tradition is started by Native American tribes, and they were naming different full moons with different names associated to seasons and what's happening in nature during this time of the year. So you can guess that full flower moon is because it's spring and there are flowers everywhere. They're in abundance. And this is why the May full moon is called full flower moon. Farmers have been using the different phases of the moon to determine when it's a good time to plant and do different activities related to farming. And still now they follow those phases of the moon to determine what is good to do in terms of farming. So it's really interesting how this tradition affects different things throughout the years. So let's look a little bit at the phases and build them together. So for today's experiment, we always talk about observations, and that one thing that we often don't do with our observation is the taste of experiment. Today is one of those exceptions, and you will be able to taste it at the end, okay? First, we need to build the model. So I know that by now you all know the trick. We posted ahead of time this paper that's showing all of us the phases of the moon. Yeah, and thank you for this comment. The moon is cool. There's so much to learn about the moon. So let's start with the phases. Remember, the phases occur because the moon is rotating around the Earth. We all are rotating, the Earth and the moon are rotating around the sun. So then during different times of the month, there are different areas of the moon that are lit. So we are going to make those 8 phases. And the way to do it, will take 4 Oreo cookies. Don't eat them yet. First, you have to complete the model. So go ahead and take 4 Oreo cookies. And what you want to do is to split them apart. Now, here you are, be very gentle. So just kind of move them, wiggle them a little bit till you separate them. Yeah, very good. Liam did a good job.
I do this
Good.
all the time. So, yeah.
So yeah, why don't you show our friends? Be close to the camera. And you see what Liam did? He separated them. And you want to have one that has all the frosting and the other that doesn't, okay? Yeah.
Better.
So it will be really cool to look a little bit how, to learn a little bit beyond what we're sharing with you in the next couple of minutes. Every month or every full moon has a name. And as I said, it's associated with nature. You probably can guess some of them. Maybe there is a snow moon, right? Try your guesses and then check. We can share with you some resources. I think actually they were online ahead of time. So it's interesting that some of them you can probably guess them, are intuitive. So Liam, why don't you separate mine as well? And I'll start sharing with our friends how we're doing that. So remember, the first moon is called, or the first phase rather, is called new moon. So new moon is when we don't see, there is no reflection of the light of the sun. So it's essentially dark, right? It's completely dark, and that will be represented by this one. If you have a little bit frosting, take a plastic knife or popsicle stick and remove it. But that's really, Liam did a great job here. Good job, Liam. Now, so that will be your new moon. Perfect. After the new moon, we're coming to the waxing crescent moon. Now, make sure that in this case, you only are leaving a sliver, of the frosting on your Oreo.
Okay, so
I can have the broken one, thank you. So you want to have one with just a sliver. And make sure that when you place it on your plate, that will be on the right side. Now it's important, right? Because it starts filling up and then it starts emptying, right? Think about it. So that's like the sliver, right? Like a banana moon, if you wish. And that will represent our waxing crescent, right? Liam, do we have half moon? The half moon is also called, go ahead, take the knife. Half moon also called quarter moon. So I will be like taking, actually that one will be, let me keep it. That one will be good for the next phase, for the third phase. Let's do half. Which one is closest to half here? Okay, perfect. So I'll be making with you here the half moon, just scrapping a little bit of this frosting. And friends, if you have any questions or any comments while we are working here, as always, feel free to send us a message. If you are watching it after we are done with the live broadcast, feel free to send us a message after that as well, and we will respond as soon as we see it, okay? I see that everyone are enjoying this experiment. Remember, you cannot eat the experiment before I see that you have all 8 phases. I need to see proof.
I have like 3 new moons.
Okay,
so.
perfect. So you have perfect half moon. That's perfect, Liam.
Okay, what's the next one?
So what's the next one? Tell our friends.
Waxing gibbous.
Waxing gibbous. Very good. So we have new moon, waxing crescent. We have the first quarter, and one now the waxing gibbous. Perfect. Okay. Your health is nicer than mine. I'll steal it. Yeah, it's nicer.
FBR.
Calling and reporting. Okay, go ahead. What do we have?
So the next is the full moon.
Mm-hmm.
Which I got.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a full moon. That's a perfect full moon. See?
I'll steal it.
You just need one full set.
That one's good too. So here. So let's put them in order.
So there's the 3 quarters.
The 3 quarters.
Where's the waxing gibbous?
The waxing gibbous is right here. That was it.
No. It has to be mostly frosting. Right?
Great.
Yeah. Make sure you're following the phases, mostly frosting, like 3/4 frosting. You can take that one.
So let's see.
Perfect. Then we have the full moon. Liam is working on the waxing gibbous. How are you doing out there? Not eating, right? Not eating. Not yet.
So waxing.
So the waxing gibbous and the waning gibbous will look the same, but one will be on the right side, one will be on the left side, right? So just we start seeing the light on the right side, growing, and then emptying, right? Okay, makes sense? Very good. Okay. Almost there.
And new full moon.
Where's the 3/4, baby?
Wait. There's a, never mind now.
Okay. Where's the 3/4? Where's the waxing gibbous?
The waxing gibbous. Wait,
This one? Okay, perfect.
Looks more like a hat, but waxing gibbous.
Close enough.
We can dance.
Okay. So that's our model for the waxing gibbous. Remember the direction, okay? The direction is important. Okay, very good. And okay, we have that. What's next?
Next is after this one,
Yeah,
waning
the
gibbous.
waning.
Gibbous.
And then another half, but it's the third quarter, right?
So
The third quarter, because remember, starting from a little bit on one side, filling up, then this emptying to all the way to the other side, right?
here. This could be here.
Very good. 6.
Here.
3/4. That's 3/4. And the other side. Good.
Wait, that was my 3/4.
Doesn't matter. They're working together, right? It's a teamwork.
No.
It's a teamwork.
Okay, then another.
We have another one.
half.
Half moon. Yep.
Great. Rats.
Just half. Is that a half moon? I think that will be a half moon.
That's a waxing gibbous. That's a waxing gibbous.
We'll transfer it to a half moon.
It's a waxing gibbous.
Okay, perfect. So that's the third quarter, and we are almost there.
Okay,
Almost there.
now we just need a wax. Another, a waning crescent,
Very good.
which I already did. Oh, that was good. We're done.
Done?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so let's share with our friends what we came up with. Okay, let's bring the camera really close so you can all see. So we started with the new moon, right? And then, just like in our picture, we started having light on the right side, right? This is the waxing crescent, right? Then we have the first quarter. It's growing from that same side on the right side, and that will be also half moon, right? Then we have the waxing gibbous, right? So we have like a 3/4 of the light on the right side, full moon, right, tonight. And then it starts getting smaller again, but now the quarter on the left side of the moon is the 3/4 of the left side of the moon are actually lit, right? So now it's opposite than what we saw here. You see opposite sides. That one was filling up and now it's emptying. Pretty cool. And the same with the third quarter, right? So here this side was dark and this one was lit, and here it's the opposite. And then the one before, the last one is the waning crescent, right? So we have just kind of the opposite than what we saw here, right? Banana moon, but opposite sides. The light appears on opposite side of the moon. Okay, friends. So now that we know everything about the phases of the moon, also remember that this lunar moon calendar, or I'm sorry, lunar calendar, or lunar month rather, is happening every 29.5 days. So those 8 phases are occurring every 29.5 days. So have fun observing the phases and looking at the full moon tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow. Be safe.
Bye.
Bye.